This enormous, hairy arachnid is exactly what you think it is. The king of spiders, emperor of the eight-legged, apex of the arthropod, a tarantula. Texas brown tarantulas, like this one here, are one of the most common tarantulas in the U.S. and are found all across the Southwest and as far east as Missouri. I believe this one is a female, but I'm not positive, as the differences are pretty subtle. If it is a female, then she's probably older than I am. While male brown tarantulas live for around 7 to 10 years, female Texas brown tarantulas have been found to easily top 30 years. It's possible that tarantulas from the Clinton administration could still be roaming across Big Bend. Despite being venomous and the largest family of spiders on the planet, tarantulas are more like the Great Danes of arachnids than the terrifying beasts they can be depicted as. They usually have zero interest in humans, as this one, case in point, had no issue with me following it along its journey through the desert. And even if they do bite a human, it's more often than not a dry bite, where they bite with their fangs but do not inject their venom. Far from hunting humans, tarantulas spend most of their time on the prowl hunting for grasshoppers and beetles, as instead of building webs like most spiders, tarantulas are active hunters. The hair on their legs is actually used to detect microscopic vibrations in the ground from their prey, and once they find it, the venom in their fangs is used to paralyze their catch. Tarantulas themselves aren't prey to many things, but one of the few creatures that are brave enough to hunt them are far more terrifying than the spiders. Tarantula hawks sound like some type of menacing vulture, but they're actually these demonic things. A type of wasp that calls Big Bend home that has specifically evolved to sneak into a tarantula's burrow, flush the tarantula out into the open, grab the spider's front legs to lift it up, and then sting the spider's underbelly with its own paralysis, before dragging the entire spider into the burrow to feast on it and lay an egg inside of it. Unlike tarantula bites, which are deadly to grasshoppers but not usually threatening to humans, the stinging of a tarantula hawk is considered the second most painful of any insect on planet Earth. Aside from this singular insect that just went out of its way to evolve into a tarantula killer, the largest arachnids in Big Bend don't have too much to worry about on a day-to-day basis, though. I don't know where this one was going, but she definitely seemed to be headed somewhere, and after filming her for a bit, I left her unto her journey through the shadow of the Chisos. If you drive into Big Bend through the east entrance on Highway 385, you'll pass through Marathon, spelled like the race but pronounced without the O. I've featured Marathon before on this channel where I was kindly informed in the comments on how to correctly pronounce it. And it's changed about as much in the time I've been gone as anything else around here has. Marathon only has a permanent population of around 400 people, but the actual population in town is rarely that low. The town exists as an outpost on the edge of reality, and is one of the only places I have ever been that genuinely felt like it existed outside of time. There's nothing to do in Marathon but to do nothing, and that's exactly what the town embodies. It's like someone captured the feeling of watching a sunset on a back porch on a Friday night and turned it into a town. Living in a place so remote comes with challenges I can barely comprehend, but with just enough people passing through it heading south into Big Bend, Marathon has captured a chance that not many West Texas towns get, and turned one of the most rugged and harsh environments on Earth into a soft-spoken little paradise. Unlike its hippie neighbor to the west, Marathon has taken its western Texas roots and grown them into something I've never seen outside of this little valley, and that I'm not sure could ever exist anywhere else at all. The Gage Hotel, one of the most gorgeous pieces of Western architecture in all of the Southwest, sits quietly in the heart of town guarded by a cat named Squeaks. The French grocer, where I bought a box of incense and a tangerine, happily let me relax on their back deck and eat a sandwich while the staff tested how they could stack the shopping carts in front of the store into a sculpture. The Public Gardens, which for a town of 400 people is enormous and dedicates a ridiculous amount of effort into showcasing the natural beauty of this far-off place. Like every town in the Trans-Pecos, Marathon was born from an unbelievably rugged work of ranchers and railroaders that came through here a century ago, who forged a life that most people driving through this arid land today could scarcely imagine and easily miss. Life out here has changed a lot since the first and last steam engine ever rolled through Marathon, but what the town has used its history to become is nothing short of remarkable. A place for people passing through from any walk of life to kick back and do nothing, and for just a moment, truly forget that the whole rest of the world matters.